Hi, everybody.
You watched the game last night?
I did. I watched the game from my house, man, just to watch that, it makes you hungry every time you see another team or somebody celebrate a championship. It just makes you dream those dreams you had as a kid, standing on the stage, holding the trophies up, all those things. So yeah, I definitely watched it. Fun to watch. Happy for those guys. Whole bunch of really good guys on that team. I wish them, hopefully they win a whole bunch more.
Derek, you're a Laker fan, obviously, Kobe
Yep.
fan specifically, but to
Yep.
see this team in your backyard,
Yeah.
literally do it in the past 3 years, what does that do for you guys as motivation?
Yeah. I'm always been a Laker fan. Will be forever. Kobe's my favorite athlete all the time. Y'all know that. But especially when it's the hometown team, I always root for them. Just to see them, do that and see just what it does for our city. I feel like God placed those guys here. He placed us here on this team to impact this city. And so whenever, our city can enjoy good times like that, that's what it's all about. We love our fans. All the Warrior fans, most of them, are Raider fans. If they don't travel back across the bay, root for that other team. But it's just whenever you got something going on, always, in the Bay Area, there's really no better place to win. It's really cool.
We saw you hook up a couple times with the deep balls with Mari. Is that something you think is really kind of growing in your rapport with you guys on connecting on those?
Yeah, it's something that we want to continue to grow at because, you hit on those deep balls. There's a couple times we've hit them early in games, and it gets in the not only the player's head that's guarding him, but the coach's head. Do you want to leave him on that island? What do you want to do? And then when you do, are they going to play hard over the top? Then you get everything else working for you. So working on that deep ball is always important to me and Coop. It's something that we work very hard at, and want to continue to hit a lot of those in the games.
Jack, you talked about, besides winning, of course, what builds a culture of success. What are ingredients in your mind to meet expectations that this team will have to build that kind of culture that either the Warriors have and championship teams have?
Yeah, I think it's something that started for us. How many years I've been here? This will be my 4th year now. 4 years ago, I guess. I think it's something that started then, and probably before me with a couple other guys. But I can just recall my time here is when you come in, and for us, our situation wasn't very pretty, and all we cared about is busting our tail, outworking everybody, and competing our tails off when we get in the games, and doing it with class and honor. We always respect our teammates, our opponents, but we fear nobody. And I think that when you watch a team like Golden State play, they obviously respect the team they're playing. Obviously, they got LeBron, Kyrie, all those things. There's no doubt in my mind, none of them were scared of them, and that's the kind of thing that you build, and it doesn't happen overnight. It's something that we've had to work on. It's something that we've had to get out of people's heads, that no, when we've put the work in, when we step on the field, we should expect to dominate. We should expect those things. And it's stuff, that all Super Bowl teams, all championships teams have that just quiet confidence about them. Some are less quiet than others, but, they definitely have that characteristic.
You have to believe before others, right?
I'm sorry?
You have to believe before others.
I have to believe. If I don't believe it, we're all in trouble. And then I got to answer some bad questions. So, I definitely have to believe it because it works from the top down, from Mr. Davis all the way down to me. It has to be the same message. And the message around here is all about winning. It's all about, obviously winning our division and win the Super Bowl. That's why we do this. Trust me, I don't like spending time away from my wife and kids if it's, for no reason. So, I definitely want to do those things.
You talked about you don't fear anybody out on the field.
Yeah.
But how important is that whole greater premise of people fearing you?
Yeah.
Teams fear you?
I think that, nowadays, in sports, I don't think there's, I can probably guarantee you there's no one in professional sports that goes out there and is scared of somebody, but when teams come, they should expect a physical game. I think that's, it's not, I definitely would never say anybody's fearful, but they should definitely expect it's going to be physical. There should be a little heightened tension. There should be a little anxiety. I think that how Reggie and Coach Del Rio have built this team is in the trenches. And those are the guys that put the fear in people. It's not the quarterback. They may keep defense coordinators up at night, but it's not us. It's not the skilled guys that scare people. It's those guys up front, man, because that's where it's won. And I'd take our group over anybody.
Derek, there's a couple instances today where
Yeah.
Marshawn doing a couple things. I know you tend to look at the team with more of a critical eye than a satisfied one.
Yeah.
For all you did last year offensively, how much better can this offense be?
Yeah. We definitely want to take another step. That's huge and hugely important to us. Is we've done some really good things, but obviously we've lost our last game. And that's the thing is how can we be more efficient? How can we be more effective at the right time, at the right moment, however it looks? And watching guys like Jared and adding guys like Marshawn, even though obviously we had a really good running back in Latavius, you had a guy like Marshawn, you had a guy like Jared, you had a guy like CP. You just keep adding guys to an offense that had a lot of guys to start with. And our goal is to make sure that we don't take any steps backwards. And that is not talking statistically or anything like that. Those things come. But it's just the efficiency of how we run our routes, the efficiency of my footwork, the efficiency of how we pick up the blitzes, all of those things. And if we're getting better in those areas, those other things will fall into place.
Hey, Derek, when you talk about to that end, the impact of Todd Downing on this
Oh, yeah.
offense with his familiarity, one, but also his own imprint, his fingerprints. What do you expect in how he'll call games?
Yeah, we'll see. I asked him, I was like, what's your first play going to be? I want to know just like you guys want to know. But, we don't know yet, but what I do know is that he's a man of integrity. He's a loyal person. He's someone that deeply cares about each relationship in that building. Not just the players, not just the coaches, the equipment guys, the front office. He cares about every relationship that he has. So he's not ever going to be someone that you don't think has your back out there. And for players to know that when your coordinator has your back, no matter what, every time you step on that field, if you make a mistake, he's got your back. He's going to try and help you get better at it. That is a relaxing thing. That is a calming thing. And if you can have that calming thing, while at the same time he does a good job of balancing his intensity. The man wants to win. There's no doubt about it. I'm the same way. I'll be nice and loving and all that, but I just had, one of my buddies, he's 19 years old. I was trying to dunk on him the whole time he was at my house. I'm not trying to take it easy on anybody, and he's the same way.
Are there any of the young receivers, first year, second year guys that have kind of jumped out at you on the field?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I could sit up here and tell you a good route or something they've all done. Just off the top of my head, we saw Jadon make a great play. At a good moment, had a silly dance at the end too. That's the cool thing is his personality is showing in his second year. I think that he's a guy that creates matchup problems. KJ Brent, super smart, unbelievably smart. I mean, I've been up there. We didn't even install a certain play, and I kind of did it on the fly and threw it up there. And he knew exactly what to do, ran it perfect, and we were able to do it. And so, you think of a guy like Johnny who can outrun pretty much anybody. He's been doing that, but he's also working on his game on the little routes to not just be that guy. He knows he needs to do more. And then those three undrafted guys, you just look at them and you're like, man, these guys could be something. And they're definitely showing it, but they just got to continue. It's tough for them now. They got to stay in their playbook. We've been in this offense really 3 years. So they're doing a lot of catching up, so they'll catch up. And it'll be exciting to see what they can do during training camp.
What did you do your rookie year in that break between June minicamp and then late July start of training camp? How did you feel that as a rookie?
Same way I have every year. I work out throughout the whole week, get my lifts in, then I go out and get my running in, and then find some of my receivers, and if none of them are here, I'll grab Devontae, who's one of my best friends, and because he lives here in the off season, and we'll go throw. So always lifting, running, throwing, talking game, talking ball with my receivers, texting them questions, anything and everything. Just making sure we're on it. By the time we hit camp, we didn't just take a month break, not only physically but mentally.
You say that you would obviously take your line over anyone.
Yeah.
When it gets to the level they are and being compared, if not the best, with one of the best in the league.
Yep.
What can they do? Like, what have you seen from them as they've developed in even 3 or 4 years?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly the number of sacks we had, but it wasn't 0, And so I know those guys, they don't want any, So they always feel that they can be better, even if I held the ball too long. They're like, no, we got to protect it. I was like, no, I held the ball way too long. Those guys take their job so serious. If I get hit, it like ruins their day. And my relationship with those guys is just continuing to grow and learn that, those guys are some of the most competitive men you'll ever be around. They don't, they get on each other. If even during a game I get touched, on my jersey, they get on each other. So for that to be their mindset, it makes me happy to stand behind them.
Couple more for Derek, guys.
Del Rio was saying that one of the things you can improve on is taking more ownership of the line. Is that relative to making adjustments and switches at the line of scrimmage?
Yes, that's what. Yeah, he's going along those lines because with TD he wants me to get us in the right play, and those things. And every year except my rookie year, it wasn't that way. It was, hey, let's do it this way. We'll have it built in, kind of a deal, and just let it roll. Let's play fast, kind of thing. And my rookie year and this upcoming year, they're more, hey, at the line of scrimmage, get us in the good look, get us in the right play, but do it fast, kind of a deal. So I think that's what he's hitting on, is just making sure that I can take not doing it for a little while, doing it here and there, obviously on my own, being silly, but doing it all the time.
I mean, that's experience, right? Is that the benefit of?
Oh yeah, that's
the reps and
that's
the time in the game?
3 years of playing games to where the TD can just say, man, just get us. Here's what I'm thinking. Just do it the right way, and that's what we've been working on all off season.
Amari, to the naked eye, seems bigger. That kind of jumps out, but to you, maybe that's part of it. But what have you seen from him as he develops? He's only 22 still.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I told him, I said, man, you're going to have to, at the tail end of our career, talk me into it because you're really young, I'm going to be 40-something years old. He's going to keep killing me back because you can still run a 4.3. But, I think that with him, that just dog in him is coming out. That thing that you saw at Alabama where he'd just take games over. And not to say that he hasn't, because he has. But I just think that it's not just becoming a thing of, what game is it going to be? It's becoming a thing that's who he is. And DBs better know that he's really taking it serious, that he's trying to go attack them this year. He's not going to let them come to him anymore. And I think that just comes with age. But seeing him do it out here, we were just laughing, man. The guy's been going off all camp, all off season. We were kind of just laughing about how impressed we are. Everybody, Khalil Mack, everybody, cameras. Oh.
There's a progression of things you're working on throughout the offseason.
Yeah.
What do you look for to see at this week's minicamp? What do you want to see your teammates? What do you think you look for in terms of where you're at this stage?
Not the silly penalties, not the silly lining up wrong, making sure we're in the right formation, making sure route depths are on point. Everything that we've been working on and the coaches have been teaching, let's not go out there and just throw a goose egg. Let's not go out there and it's this formation, come back over here. When you break the huddle, it should look clean. We don't want to break the huddle having guys going here and here, and I got to kind of play a game like this. Hey, you got this, drawing routes on my hand. That's the thing, is when we go out there, you want to just look like a well-oiled machine. And I thought today that we did a good job for the most part. There were still a few things that you wish, dang, man, I wish that was a little cleaner. But besides that, that's really what you look for, and obviously coming out healthy.
Hey, Derek, was it difficult for you to put behind the way last season ended, from a mental standpoint?
Losing the playoff game?
Well, and then being hurt and not being there, and just the way.
Oh, my ankle? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, how did you get through that?
I had my wife and my kids tackle me to make sure it was good. That was a big part of it. Can it take a hit? Because after surgery, you don't want to touch it or anything like that. But I was over there hitting it, all the time and making sure it was good. And trust me, it is. I've tested it a few times. But mentally, the hardest part was taking the first rep, because the last rep you remember was oh snap, I broke this thing. But as soon as the ball was snapped, it kind of it was a blessing, man. It just kind of all went away, and and now I'm just playing ball again, But leading up to it, I think that was the worst part, was the lead up, all the rehab. It's man, when am I ever going to be able to do this again? It felt like it was never going to happen. But I was just thinking about it the other day. It's been so far in the past. It's I thought it was last year, 2 years ago, So yeah, I've completely gotten over it, but I have not gotten over the fact that we lost our last game. I was really looking forward to our guys going on a run and making a chance to play in that Super Bowl. So that was tough, but we get another shot at it. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thanks guys. All right.
Yep.
Thanks.